Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a 13 to 14 month update on Olive. If you haven't seen her 10 or 11 or 12 month updates, I will put those video links down below so you guys can check them out. Now, I wasn't going to do any more updates on Olive. I was only going to do updates when I do see the pediatrician. I was going to do a 15 month, an 18 month, and maybe a 2-year update on her, but because what's been going on in my life and with Olive's life, I thought I'd share with you what's been happening. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I will leave my Instagram handle somewhere on the screen. If you follow me there, then you know that Olive has a dairy protein allergy. So she pretty much just can't have dairy anymore. And it's been a couple of months now that I realized when I found out she had a dairy allergy that all those symptoms that that I noticed was started from maybe even 10 months. Yeah, I think even it probably started 10 months on, and I didn't even realize that she had a dairy allergy. And I wanted to share with you the symptoms that I noticed months ahead of time, and I wanted to share it with you. So let's start with her 13 month. 13 months, she was very irritable and very grumpy. She was not a happy child. I mean, she did have her happy moments, but for the most part, I really do think she was really grumpy. She did have a regression, and what I mean by that is she completely stopped signing. She used to sign for milk, water. She used to communicate with me. She used to say all done with her hands. She also would say certain words where I could hear and understand what she meant. But at 13 months, she just stopped. It was really frustrating for me, and it was really frustrating for her as well, trying to communicate with each other back and forth. And there were days where I literally just was like not having it. Anyway, at 13 months, Olive was standing on her own and taking a few steps. She wasn't 100% walking just yet. She was 50-50. She was 50% walking and then 50% crawling. But I could tell that she was starting to, full-on walk. And she stopped using utensils as well. I would offer her the spoon or fork, and she wouldn't scoop it up, use the spoon to scoop or use the fork to poke things and pick it up. She used to just put it in her mouth, and that's how she would, I would scoop it for her and she would put it in her mouth. She completely stopped doing that. Every time I gave her a utensil or even a sippy cup, it would just be thrown on the floor. I understand she's trying to, assert her independence and try to, be on top of me and saying that's not what I want, and she's very, assertive, but I'm trying to do this discipline thing. I think you saw in my other video where she actually threw the cup on the ground and she was complaining about it, and I just told her, you know what, it's going to stay on the ground because clearly you do not want your water cup. Other ways I discipline is when she was done eating or when she was done throwing her food, I'd actually have her help me pick up the food. I'd hand her a towel and we'd wipe it up. I'll show her how I'm sweeping. I'd help her sweep up so that she'd understand that when she threw her food, we have to clean it up, and this is what happens when you do this. So I want her to know that if you do A, B will happen. So that's how we do things here. At 13 months, our schedule was really crazy. Well, I think it was really crazy. I know we're supposed to be trying to wean off the bottle around 13 to 18 months, and that's what I was trying to do with Olive, but I don't know, she was going through this weird transition. So let me just tell you her schedule. So she would wake up between 6:30 and 7:30, and she'd have a 8-ounce bottle. All her bottles at this time were 8 ounces, and they were whole milk. So she'd have her morning bottle, and then she'd have breakfast. And then after that, she'd play, and then she'd have another bottle around 10:30, and that would be her morning nap, 10:30 to 11:30. And at this time, napping was really difficult, so she would only maybe sleep 45 minutes to an hour. And then after her morning nap, she'd get another bottle, and then she'd have lunch, and then she'll play, and then she'd get another bottle at around 3:30 or 4:30, depending on what time she woke up from her morning nap, and then she'd go down for her afternoon nap, and she'd wake up anywhere between 5 to 5:30. And then when she woke up from her afternoon nap, she would get a snack, water, and some kind of cracker or whatever snack I give her, and then she'd have dinner around 6:15, and then she would have another bottle at 8 o'clock for her nighttime routine, and she'd be in her crib by 8:30, and she'd stay down for the whole night. It was really difficult during that time because I had to hold her and rock her to sleep. She used to not do that. I used to be able just to give her the bottle, rock her for like maybe 1 minute until she wasn't completely asleep yet, and I'd be able to set her in her crib and walk away. But at this time, she was not happy. Every time I set her down, she would scream, so I literally would have to rock her to sleep. And I know she was tired, and I know she was exhausted, but she was fighting me every time. And she was having a rash. She actually started having rashes around 10 months, and I was just like fighting the rash with A&D and triple paste, and the rash would go away but come back. But it was never a really bad, crazy, angry rash. It was just like a normal rash that would go away but then come back. And those are one of the symptoms of a dairy allergy that I did not realize. So that was pretty much 13 months. She was figuring out her body. She was transitioning a lot. She was teething really bad. Month 14 was not too bad. Something clicked in Olive and things just went the opposite. So it went from bad to good, and it was really interesting. I really don't know what like clicked in her, but I was able to transition her out of 5 bottles to 3 bottles. So I eliminated the morning bottle. Right when she woke up, we just went straight to breakfast, and then I also eliminated the after morning bottle. So she would only get a bottle before nap, and then I also got rid of 2 ounces in the bottle. So instead of having a full 8-ounce bottle, she would only have 6. And I also started barely warming up her bottle, so it would just be room temperature or just a little bit cold, so it's not all the way warm. And she seemed fine with it. She's doing great. We have no problem with it at all, but she was still pretty grumpy at the beginning of the month. Toward the middle of 14 months, we had a really big weekend. My in-laws came into town. It was my dad's birthday party. We had a huge surprise birthday party, and the following day we had my friend's daughter's first birthday party, which was also a pool party, and that was Olive's first time in the pool. So Olive had a lot of friends. She met a lot of people, cousins, uncles, grandparents. She met a lot of people that weekend, and I was like, I know she's gonna get sick. And she did. Monday she was totally fine, nothing wrong with her. Come Tuesday she had a fever, and then the following day, Wednesday, she had diarrhea, and the diarrhea stayed and would not leave. So the diarrhea stayed for maybe a week and a half. The fever started Tuesday and left Friday, and I was, combating the fever. I was switching off from Tylenol to Motrin, and the diarrhea, I tried to get rid of the dairy. Of course, no dairy when you have diarrhea. I tried to give her bland food, meaning rice and, chicken broth, but, it wasn't helping. Nothing I did was helping. I gave her tons of bananas and, rice products, and it still wasn't helping. And the diarrhea got to the point where I'm just like, I can't deal with this. So I called the pediatrician, and me and the nurse were just going back and forth because she didn't want me to, we both agreed. I didn't want to go to the pediatrician, pay $35 for my copay, and then just have them send me back home saying, sorry, it's just viral and you have to just move on. And because she had the fever, they thought it was viral, and so did I. So I did not bring her into the pediatrician. I was just calling, talking to the on-call nurse and just nurses that were available. And then finally it got to the point where there actually was blood in her diaper. Not a lot of blood, it was just a little. It looked like she was straining, but it was diarrhea. So I brought her in. Doctor, I hate myself. I'm still kicking myself every single day since the doctor told me. The doctor told me she has a dairy protein allergy. She told me to remove dairy 100% out of her diet, and I did. And I can't believe it. It was almost immediate. Daniel and I saw immediate change in Olive. She woke up the following day without a diarrhea. She was super happy when she woke up, and she was laughing in the mornings. There weren't screaming, you know. I would bring her downstairs and she could sit on the couch and just be one happy child. And that was Olive. Olive was always happy. She was always, you know, just smiling, laughing, you know, being goofy. But, you know, 12 to 13 months, I noticed she changed. So when I removed dairy from her system, or diet, she completely changed. Like, her demeanor was so different, and all I had to do was take out dairy, and I just couldn't believe it. Like, the symptoms that I realized that she had was obviously the diaper rash, but I seriously just thought it was a regular diaper rash, but I was wrong. Of course, the blood in the stool, the bloated stomach. She had a very bloated stomach, and I obviously could not tell the difference from my big chubby baby versus a bloated belly. The screaming, the upset, you know, upset child, you know, she was just not happy. And what else? The diaper rash, yeah, that was pretty much it. Those were the symptoms, early on symptoms, that I should have put 2 and 2 together, because hey, I was a teacher for over 10 years. I should have known that, but I didn't, and I feel like crap every time. Like, I gave her the bottle. I should have been like, I shouldn't be giving her that, but it's okay. Just bad mom move. It's fine now. But Olive now is on Lactaid, and that's a dairy-free milk. It's no cow's milk whatsoever, and no cheese, no mac and cheese. I am still trying to find substitutes for those dairy products that I used to give her. I want to find a dairy-free yogurt. I want to find vegan cheese for her that actually tastes good. Nutritional yeast is supposed to be really good. People use in their mac and cheese. It has like a cheesy consistency, but it's also really good for when you eat it. I've never had it before, so I'm gonna try that. I think Trader Joe's has it, but I'm 100% sure. Yeah, so Olive is doing great. At 14 months, she is 100% walking now. She is still not communicating with me through sign language, but she is a little bit. She signed milk the other day. She went like this, which is water. I sign water like this with this is W on your chin is water, but she goes like this, which, you know, there you go, there's a sign for water. But she understands when I do say time for diaper change. She's like, she'll run away. She still hates diaper changes. She's very into her fine motor skills. She's really into stacking and doing things. She's concentrating more. She's very meticulous about certain things. She likes stacking, putting things together, puzzle pieces. She'll sit in a corner and look through a book now, and she's very engaged in stuff like that. She also likes to pick up heavy items now for some reason. I guess that is a developmental milestone, is picking up heavy items. She likes to use the boxes that I have available, stuff those boxes with random blocks and toys, and try to pick them up and put it over her head. And she thinks it's the most hilarious thing ever. Even she's really into climbing. She loves water play. She loves going swimming, and you know, she's a full-on toddler. She is just growing like crazy. She is more in love with her dogs. She loves like screaming at them. I don't know why, but every time Jax is in like the same room as her, she'll like run up to him and just scream, and my dog's like, oh god, like he's like scared. And Cricket still doesn't go near her because Cricket is afraid of everything. So I'm still waiting on the day that Cricket will walk up to her and just let her pet her, but she's just whatever. Sorry guys, I'm looking down constantly because Olive is asleep, so maybe when she wakes up, I will bring her at the end so you guys could see her and see how big she's grown. She's still 22 pounds and 5 ounces the last time we went to the pediatrician. Her next checkup is her 15 months, so at the end of the month, the 30th is her doctor's appointment. I'll do a quick update to let you guys know how she's doing developmentally and physically, her body, and how long she is. She has gotten really long. But that's Olive's 13 to 14 month update and the dairy signs that I should have put 2 and 2 together. Now, the update on me with my postpartum anxiety, it has gotten worse. And what I mean by that is I thought it was getting better because I didn't have any more anxiety attacks, and I was just having a little anxiety here and there, but no more attacks. I got one actually a week ago. No, not even a week ago, a few days ago. And I was supposed to go to my friend's house and have a play date with 3 other 1-year-olds and, you know, my girlfriends. And I drove over there. I drove halfway and I had an anxiety attack, and I turned around and drove home. I honestly don't know what happened, or oh, this is all twisted. No wonder. Sorry. I don't exactly know what happened, but I just know I felt awful and that I had to turn around. But I know it was 112 degrees out that day, so I don't think the heat helped with my anxiety attack. Sorry, the Xbox is on, so it just dinged. And then 2 nights ago, I did not go to bed until 1:30. That was the last time I looked at the clock. And I started to go to bed at 11:30, and I just had a full-on anxiety attack. I'm not sure where it came from or how it came from about, and I tried doing what I usually do to calm down when it comes to anxiety, and it didn't calm down for a really long time, and eventually it did, because I guess I woke up feeling a little okay, but my anxiety really is taking over my life right now. I have to talk to my doctor about this and just, you know, let me guys know your opinions on taking pills for anxiety or anti-anxiety pills. Let me know your experience on that, because I really would love to know, because I haven't done a lot of research on it. I've just been so busy. But yeah, and Daniel seems fine. You guys saw him in my last video where I made giggle juice. You guys should try that drink out. It's a lot of fun and it tastes amazing, and it's pink. I like the color pink, so it was a great drink to make with my husband. So that's pretty much it. Olive's awake, guys. Say hi, Ollie. Say hi. So that is the 13 to 14 month update with Olive and the symptoms of a dairy protein allergy. Right, Ollie? Right, Ollie? And that is my update for my postpartum anxiety. Leave your comments down below. Oh boy, here we go, here we go. See, this is why I need to film while she's sleeping. So that's it for this video. Give this video a thumbs up. Oh, I don't know what's happening. Olive, please stop. Here, take this with you. I'm just gonna hold the camera. Give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We'll see you guys next time. Bye. Olive, say bye-bye. She's playing with the box. All right, see you guys. Bye.